Morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Appraiser Secrets. This is Clint Walker. I am excited this morning and a little bit nervous. I'm on my way to one of the biggest speaking opportunities that I've ever had. It's Nashnomics for the Greater Nashville Association of Realtors, and honored to have been asked to speak on their panel about some upcoming changes in the real estate industry and how that might affect appraisers. And as always, I plan to talk about that in the greater context of appraisers and agents working together, because I think that our two industries are so vital to the health of the real estate economy in this country. I think it's underappreciated, but realtors and appraisers and lenders and the things that we do to generate wealth for people in this country who don't have other options to generate it in such a easy and huge way as real estate does, just can't be underestimated. So I am excited to go to this panel and talk about that. The topic I want to talk about today is sort of an add-on to last week, and in the context of converting a garage, but also in the context of something that is an important underlying step to that, and something that appraisers do at every single report that we produce. So as part of every report that we do, every appraisal that we do, we analyze what's called the highest and best use of the land and the property, and part of that is investigating the zoning to see what the city or the local municipality allows. So in some areas, and zoning changes, so if you bought or your client bought this property a long time ago, they could have bought it under a zoning that was different than what it is now, and so sometimes these things are worth checking out, sort of randomly or whenever they come up. Don't assume that it's just what it has always been. And so various types of zoning will allow two dwellings on one property. Some types of zonings only allow one dwelling on one property. It's important to know that, and that's something that appraisers look at when we do the report. So last week I talked about a garage conversion where essentially the homeowner did not net any financial gain from doing the conversion. And after I did that video, I remembered a situation when I appraised a house in Nashville where the owner actually made a windfall from converting their garage. And that's because they looked at the zoning and determined that they were on a lot where they could have two dwellings on one lot, or at least a dwelling with a primary dwelling and a secondary dwelling that's supported by the primary. We call that an accessory dwelling unit. And what they did was they converted their garage into a completely separate living space. They put a full kitchen in there, they put a bath, and essentially made it a flat style apartment. And then, because they had the appropriate zoning for to do an owner-occupied Airbnb or owner-occupied short-term rental, they leased that out. So not only did they add a tremendous amount of equity to their property in creating that separate apartment, that legal separate apartment that has legal functionality that goes above and beyond just having your teenage kid live there or whatever. You can literally put it on the internet and lease it out short term and be completely within the law. So they added an immense amount of equity because they created that entirely separate living space that was legal. And also, if I remember correctly, the income from that space paid over half of their mortgage. So and they also happened to have a corner lot, so they had two entrances, and so even, you know, if you're the type of person who isn't thrilled about the idea of having short-term renters coming and going from your property, you know, on their own schedule, this person was impacted even less just because they could come and go without them really ever knowing it. But so the point of all that is, while sometimes in some zonings and in some situations it might be that converting your garage or finishing out a separate living space doesn't net you any money because it doesn't add a tremendous amount of functionality, or the cost is too high to offset it. But there are situations where making that conversion can make a homeowner a tremendous amount of profit or income, or as the listing agent, it's just it's a level of knowledge and expertise that you can obtain in what you're doing to advise your client on what they could do, or advertise it as what can be done, and potentially put a premium on that list price without your client ever spending any money. That's done every day. So I hope that helps. It's sort of a short video, but I've got to keep thinking about what I'm going to say when I'm on this panel, and I'm not a fast thinker, so I have to plan ahead. And I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the comments section. I'll use those to make more videos, and give me a like and subscribe if you feel inclined. And if we can ever help you with an appraisal or professional measurement or a consultation, please reach out to me on appraiserpool.com. And thank you again for watching.